Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzea CHILENJE. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. UPND CADRES intensify their unruly behavior at the court grounds. LUSAKA'S CHILENJE market traders protest against street vending. Join me with the Midday News in detail after this commercial.
Would you like to win some cool cash? Say no more. Stand a chance to win your share of 1 million kwacha. Simply make a transaction from your Zamtel mobile money account and you could be one of weekly winners of up to 10,000 kwacha. Be empowered with Zamtel mobile money. Dial *344# to activate your account. This promotion runs from 28th July to 31st October 2021. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
And now the Midday News in detail. Some traders at CHILENJE market in LUSAKA'S Kabwata constituency have protested against street vending, which they say is choking their business and hindering their means of survival amid slow economic growth. Those interviewed by Camnet News say business has been slow on account that some traders are following customers outside the market. They have since called on the local authority to address the situation before everyone else goes to the streets. Meanwhile, street vendors say they need more time to go back to the market because the environment business inside the market is not favorable.
Street vending, the informal selling of goods outside the market, is illegal in Zambia, but despite the laws, the practice is common. Most vendors are accused of abandoning their stands in preference of the streets where there are more customers. Just like in any other community, the situation is the same at CHILENJE market in Kabwata constituency, as traders say they are slowly losing their source of livelihood due to street vending. This journalist took some time to understand their issues, and this trader explains that business has been hard and she has been failing to meet her basic needs.
Nyumba ya rent nizasurvive bwanji naona chibululu balema kunitandiza mwaona eno navolo nsomba vamene muona hivi sikuti kapena nikashinga nikaenda kuja niende kongola nsomba nipolo tantika hapa nikapeza ka profit ndiye kamene njesera mo bana ndiye kamene nchitira mo ichani rent nicho support then nibwezera baja bansomba baja kubabwezera futi na ndotenga vinangu ndiye mwamene nisurvive.
Other issues emerged among traders who sell chickens, who have accused wholesalers of unfair business practices as they tend to stick around the market premises to sell their chickens at retail price, thereby hindering their business.
And then chametifuna chametipempako chakuti bajamene baleta nkuku kuodesa bafunika bakaodesa by 8 hours bachoka baenda manje problem iliko bankala the whole day. As a result is could not even business serious.
I spoke to those who trade outside the market to get their perspective as to why they prefer the street over the market.
Mkati ni sehemu naise wapanja pa naise tigona njana bana isa na marenti tisonke amuli amene da tomato tichosemo ya renti tichosemo no desa na wakanso futi malipira every day musonko ni ma 5 kwacha meti malipira so manje fu wakatupisha pantikaenda mkati sebena ngutibena malo mda mkati
tatukana tata wandi kuti twaingira nomba fya kwebati filafine wa oda na mairo wa oda 3 days fyonse waposa wayaikala kunganda nishitapali efe unga chita uleipa ishaba ichenshi insala nomba pano fine nga washitisha kuna nguka 50 kwacha na nguka 1 kwacha akoke ni kuti washita imagine washitaka pamela washita mono utumalasha na tunsalad waipikira abaiche washita shani valia na iwe wine washala kokako batu waisa oda na kabili.
CHILENJE Ward 8 Councillor Luben Mwenya acknowledges that vending must be addressed because it contributes to other challenges such as poor sanitation and waste management.
It's very valid because they're saying that they cannot continue paying levies when others are not paying levies, which for me makes a lot of sense. If everyone has to pay levies, let them pay levies. If people have to be in the market, let them be in the markets. like that will also control in terms of sanitation and also the cleanliness within our markets, because you find that these that are trading outside markets, they don't have sanitation, they don't have where to dump their waste. So you find that we are having also that problem where they just dump waste anyhow. You know, what happens to that, they don't care, so long they've come to sell and leave all those dirties just like that.
It must be noted that this task is for the Lusaka City Council, and over the years they have failed to address it, maybe this time around under the new Dawn government. Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Minister of Education Douglas Yakalima has directed the Higher Education Loans and Scholarship Board to award more students' loans to first-year students at Mulungushi University. At a press briefing Friday morning, Mr. Siakalima says the ministry is likely to collect beyond its target of 70 million kwacha, hoping that few more will be able to benefit from the awards. Mr. Siakalima explains that out of 5,115 students that were admitted at Mulungushi University for 2021-2022 academic year, only 827 students have been awarded loans. He states that the board is already supporting 3,147 students in 5 universities, and so far 2,264 first-year students have been awarded loans, bringing the number that will be supported from the funds to 5,411. Meanwhile, the minister has appealed to students who will not be considered to try other universities like the University of Zambia and Kapasa Makasa, whose loans have not yet been processed.
I've given them the limit. They know the amounts of money which we have just collected just a few days ago, and they were gracious enough to inform me that we could still get a few more students. And what I have just directed is to say that because we require merit as well, so it is not everybody else, because so many people have been saying, no, I also have 50 points, I want to go to the university. Okay, we had said that, and this is the departure. Even ourselves, when Kaunda was there with the free education, we had given a bursary on merit. Yeah. Okay, so this free thing is accompanied by meritocracy. So because we are talking about standards, we are talking about quality assurance. So we need people that will go to university, for example, or who will go to grade 12 whenever whatever grade where there are examinations. We want people to proceed who are meritorious. So I'll give you free things, but you must qualify. You don't just say that because you said free.
Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Gary Nkombo notes that most of the feeder roads in the country are in a deplorable state, hence hindering easy accessibility to rural areas. He says this has the potential to hinder agricultural activities, the main survival of the rural community, and a greater contribution to the country's national food basket. Speaking on the floor of Parliament Friday, Mr. Nkombo says development of these roads is key if Zambia is to actualize the country's aspiration of enhancing the agricultural sector as one of Zambia's main source of revenue. In this regard, Mr. Nkombo assured that his ministry will embark on a nationwide feeder road construction with the use of local contractors for the projects so as to create employment and growth of the local companies.
Rural areas have been identified as places which have great development potential. They have, however, remained untapped, as reaching these places is a challenge due to poor road networks. The dilapidated roads have also posed as a setback to leveraging agricultural potential that most of these places have due to lack of easy transportation to markets. Speaking in Parliament Friday, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Mr. Gary Nkombo states that his ministry is set to conduct countrywide construction of feeder roads to improve accessibility to these rural areas. He adds that the construction of the roads will involve the active participation of local contractors to foster job creation for locals.
The feeder road network in the country is approximately 14,333 kilometers, 82% of which is deplorable, very deplorable. My ministry will therefore enhance programs such as the National Feeder Road Program in order to improve accessibility, mobility, and connectivity to the agricultural sites, social and economic facilities in the rural areas.
Meanwhile, University of Zambia development analyst Dr. Charity Musamba states that while intentions to construct roads in these places are uploaded, government should also ensure that social amenities are taken to these places to make them more attractive to investors.
Infrastructure in the vacuum has never developed any economy. So whether it's roads or water systems or whichever infrastructure we're trying to prioritize, make sure that we've got a broader and very articulated strategy on how the provision of those roads will lead to tangible economic, social, and financial changes for the people, especially in the rural areas.
Zambia is racing against time as it seeks to acquire a middle-income status by 2030. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
9 United Party for National Development cadres have been rearrested by the police immediately after the Lusaka Magistrate Court entered a nolle prosequi in a case they are accused of murdering 2 Patriotic Front cadres in Lusaka's Kanyama compound. It is alleged in this matter that the 9 on the 30th of July 2021 jointly and whilst acting together allegedly murdered Danny Kasongo and Davis Kabunda, both Patriotic Front cadres. When the matter came up for preliminary inquiry Friday morning, the state entered a nolle prosequi in the matter. However, while trying to leave court, the 9 were rearrested.
Mayhem characterized the Lusaka's Magistrate Court Friday morning when police officers rearrested 9 UPND cadres. The confusion erupted after the 9 UPND cadres attempted to prevent officers from rearresting them shortly after the state discontinued the matter in which they were accused of murdering 2 Patriotic Front cadres. The accused persons include Samson Mumba, Kelvin Banda, a juvenile offender aged 16, John Mwanza, and Jekwa Puteo. Others are Ruben Nalikani, Mwendabai Namushi, Elijah Kawewe, and John Wadia, and were accused of murdering 2 Patriotic Front cadres, Dan Kasongo and Davis Kaunda, on the 30th of July 2021. They were arrested and charged with murder after PF and UPND members clashed in Lusaka's Kanyama compound during campaign period. In the previous court session, lawyers representing the 9 made an application to have a preliminary inquiry before the matter was committed to the High Court. But when it came up Friday morning, the state informed the court that the Director of Public Prosecution had entered a nolle prosequi in the case. However, it seems luck was not on their side, as instead of walking to freedom, they were sent back to prison. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Midday News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. UPND cadres intensify their unruly behavior at the court grounds. LUSAKA'S CHILENJE market traders protest against street vending. Thank you for joining me. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Remember to always wear your mask, avoid crowded places, and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Stay safe and good afternoon.